the air?
Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
John, I got you.
Do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded, I don't trust these ceilings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest necks on the cloud. Hammer in the air, Sunday nights, prime time. I flex mine better, Voltron transform to DX Don. Mega and Orsine. You probably think I'm nice, cause I flow like a stream to your wireless device. And the smoke full of steam on any given night. I'll short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about, I tune in and tune the rest out, Don. You gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air.
Well, what is going down, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? That's right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. It is March. Can you believe it? It's March already. March 2nd, to be exact. And we're broadcasting live from the Red Dragons radio studios here in lovely Tucson, Arizona. I am your host, Don Mega, and I welcome you to the show. It's season 20. It's episode 8. And tonight's show title is See Right Thru Me. See Right Thru Me. That's right. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. It has been just about 2 weeks since we did our last episode. I told y'all at the end of the last episode that we were probably going to take a week off. And I ended up needing to do that. My dad and my niece came out to visit from Florida and spent 2 weeks out here in Arizona with me, and I took some time off from work, and I was just spending some quality family time. So, needless to say, there was no spare time to knock out an episode of this show, which was okay. You know, the first week that he was here, there was really no new movies that came out, so there was nothing to really review. But now that another week has gone by, I did catch a couple new things, so we'll be talking about that. So, thank you, everybody, for your patience. Thank you for waiting breathlessly for my newest, latest, and greatest episode of Am I on the Air? Your one-stop shop for all the latest and greatest when it comes to entertainment news and reviews and everything else under the sun. So, we got 2 weeks worth to get through. This episode is going to probably go about an hour, I'm guessing, just because of how much stuff has come out in the last... I think it was February 19th when we did our last episode, and today is March 2nd, so we got some time to cover. So, movie-wise, we're going to be doing non-spoiler movie reviews for The Invisible Man, the Impractical Jokers movie. I finally saw Bombshell, so we'll talk about that as well. And I saw Sonic the Hedgehog for a second time, so I'm going to touch on that real quick. So, remember, all spoiler-free, so you don't have to worry if you haven't seen these movies. Not going to spoil anything for you. All right, so with that out of the way, let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen, with some reviews. I'm going to start right off with the number one movie in the world, and that is The Invisible Man. This is a Universal Pictures / Blumhouse kind of movie, and it's directed by Lee Whannell, who helped co-write a lot of horror movies. He did the original couple Saw movies with James Wan, and then kind of spun off. I think his first directorial movie was Insidious 2 or 3. But last year, he did Upgrade, which was one of the best movies of last year. Such a good movie, and I've been waiting to see what he was going to do next. And he decided to tackle The Invisible Man, which at one point was going to be part of Universal's Monster Movie Club, right? The Dark Universe that they were going to do, that they were trying to launch with Tom Cruise when they did The Mummy. But that unfortunately got shut down. So we get this Invisible Man with Elizabeth Moss basically taking the premise that she is in an abusive relationship. She tries to get away from him. They say he committed suicide, but this invisible man is haunting her and she knows it's him. I'm going to say I love the trailers right off the bat for this movie. I knew I was going to dig this movie, and I'm happy to say the movie pays off. It is very, very good. It lives up to the trailers. What I like is some of the trailer stuff is misleading. So if you're going in thinking about scenes from the trailer, some of the stuff doesn't play out that exact way, which I love when movies do that. Kind of gives you that nice swerve. The way that they do and handle the Invisible Man aspect is really, really cool and kind of goes with today's times. Elizabeth Moss is fantastic in this. She plays scared so damn well. So that I loved as well. And it's just, the movie's tense. That's the main word I can describe here for this film is tense. The music was great. The way that the scenes kind of moved, you never knew who was there. And it was just, some scenes were very unexpected. I was just like, oh my God, like even when things happened. I had a great time with this movie, and I think you will too. They made this thing for a $7 million budget, so hands off to them for doing something really, really cool on a very low budget. The movie's already made close to $30 million, so congratulations on being uber successful. We might have another franchise on our hands, and I think you should check this thing out if you haven't already. The Invisible Man, I would give 4 out of 5 stars too, so definitely check that one out. So, I got a chance to go to the theaters a second time this past weekend, and a movie that I have been waiting to see is the Impractical Jokers movie. I have been a fan of this show, the television show, the Impractical Jokers, ever since it debuted. I've been down since episode 1, which I believe was just about 8 years ago. 10 years ago. Yeah, it's been on the air about 10 years. They just celebrated their 200th episode. And yes, I watched from episode 1. I thought the concept looked cool. I love the chemistry between these 4 guys. They're all lifelong best friends from high school, and their chemistry pays off on television. If you don't know what Impractical Jokers is, it's a TV show on True TV that basically is a hidden camera kind of prank show, but they're these 4 lifelong friends that have just been pranking each other pretty much their whole lives, and they set each other up for different events. You know, they go out and they tell them what they have to do and what they need to do, and sometimes what to say, and you see how the thing plays out. They challenge each other in different games, but they do it in hidden camera style, so the people that they're doing these games with have no idea what's going on. And the show is hilarious. It's one of the most consistently funny shows that continue to come up with really cool concepts. And I've just been so glad to see how well these guys are doing now. Well, they've done so well that, like I said, they just had their 200th episode, and now they have their own movie, right? So the movie version still kind of holds the same concept, where they're going cross-country doing games and still doing hidden camera stuff like the television show does, but it's surrounded by a fake narrative that basically, way back in the day when they were in high school, they went to a Paula Abdul concert, and the concert got pretty much shut down because of them. And then now, all these years later, they bump into Paula Abdul, and she's a big Impractical Jokers fan, so she invites them to Miami. So the movie takes place as they're driving from New York down to Miami, and they're doing challenges along the way. So this movie came out a couple weeks ago, but it was in very limited engagement, and it wasn't playing in Arizona. Then a week later, it started playing in Phoenix, and I was like, man, come on, I really want to see this movie. But it's been doing so well in limited engagement that a lot of other theaters decided to open it up this past weekend, and luckily it was playing here. So me and my wife went to check this one out, and it's really damn funny. I mean, I think I would have liked this movie anyway, regardless, just because of what a big fan I am of the television show. What I will say from a negative standpoint is that I don't feel like any of the challenges were super superb, that it had to be done in the movie format. Like, these are all things I still could see them doing on the television show. And I don't feel they did enough challenges. I felt like a lot of the movie was wasted on the fake narrative of them driving from New York down to Miami and the whole Paula Abdul thing. So, you know, not that there wasn't some funny bits with that, but I felt like a lot of time was devoted to that, whereas I would have liked to have seen more challenges. Now, some of the challenges that they do in this thing had me dying out loud, crying and laughing because they were so damn funny. So the movie's got a lot of real big highlights, but overall, it really is just a supersized edition of their weekly sitcom. So at the end of the day, there's a scene in the movie where one of the guys, Q, they tell him to go ahead and describe to somebody that they're filming a movie. So he's trying to describe it to them, and he goes, "Don't worry, it's only about 3.5 stars." And when I came out of it, I was like, you know what? I'm going to give this thing 3.5 stars. So just to match Q's rating that he described in the movie, it's good. It's good. It's funny. If you're a fan of Impractical Jokers, I think you'll really like the movie. It's just it didn't blow me away like I had maybe hoped it to be. So I can't go 4 or 5 stars. But it did what it needed to do, and it gave me a good laugh and an hour and a half away from the real world to just sit back and laugh. So I'll go 3.5 stars out of 5 for the Impractical Jokers movie. Okay, the next movie that I finally got a chance to see over the weekend was Bombshell. Now, Bombshell was a movie that came out in December, and it unfortunately got away from me because there was so many things coming out in December that I never got a chance to see it. This is the true story based on the Roger Ailes from Fox News Me Too movement sexual harassment case that went down. It stars Charlize Theron, Margot Robbie, and Nicole Kidman as the 3 female leads. And it was really good. It was really, really good. Beautifully acted. I mean, Charlize is so good in this movie as Megyn Kelly. Margot Robbie was really, really awesome. Nicole Kidman played her part very well. Everybody that pops up in this movie does a hell of a job. And it was really fascinating to see how a lot of this stuff played out. And to see kind of, the culture that we're in now with the whole Me Too movement, seeing it kind of stem from this movie. So I'm glad I got a chance to watch this. It's not the type of movie that I'd probably ever sit down and watch again. It is kind of a one-time watch kind of film. But I'm glad I sat down and watched it, and I enjoyed it. So Bombshell, I would give 4 out of 5 stars. It was really, really good, but more of a one-time kind of watch. And lastly, like I said, my dad and my niece came out. My niece is 5, and like I said, my daughter is 6. So me and my daughter had already seen Sonic the Hedgehog, but my dad wanted to take my niece to the movies. So we said, hey, let's go again. Let's watch it again. So me and my daughter went for Sonic Round 2. And I just wanted to say again how pleasantly surprised I am at Sonic the Hedgehog. The movie is so good. It's really, really funny. It's heartwarming. It's touching. They do such a good job with Sonic in this film. And it was so refreshing to see Jim Carrey back in his 80s, 90s nostalgia kind of period playing Robotnik. And when we got out of the movie, my daughter and my niece wanted to play Sonic, and they were running around the house, can't slow down, gotta run, gotta keep going, gotta keep fast. And it was just really cute to see it kind of relate and stick, and, just seeing my daughter have so much enjoyment for it, even on a second go round, made me really enjoy it more. So, the movie's doing very, very well. It's about to become the biggest, most profitable, video game movie ever as soon as it passes Detective Pikachu, which I think it'll do in the next week or so. So congratulations, man. Very well deserved. If you're still on the fence for whatever reason about Sonic, I think you should just go check it out because it actually is really, really fun. So there you go. There's some stuff I just wanted to kind of touch on movie-wise. The Invisible Man, 4 out of 5 stars. Impractical Jokers, the movie, 3.5 out of 5. Bombshell, 4 out of 5. And saw Sonic the second time. Worth it. Go check it out. It's a really fun movie. Let's see here. What else? Season 2 of Altered Carbon just dropped on Netflix this past Friday, so check that out if you haven't. I love Altered Carbon Season 1. It was so good. Joel Kinnaman. Season 2, Anthony Mackie takes over for Kinnaman, playing the same character, but you have to see the show to understand how they do that. But hey, I've only so far been able to see the first episode, but it's really good, and I'm excited to get into Season 2. So if you haven't checked out Altered Carbon yet, and you're a big sci-fi, if you're a sci-fi action fan, you need to watch Altered Carbon Season 1 and then get ready to jump right into Season 2. There's no way I can see you not liking this show. It is that damn good. So that's, I think, our newest kind of standout show that's come out in the last week or so. All right, and with that being said, I think we'll get over to our news of the last couple weeks. All right, let's start running it down. Mahershala Ali is set to produce and star in a swan song drama for Apple TV Plus. So Apple TV Plus, man, really starting to beef their stuff up. Sony Pictures Television is developing a Doctor Strange. Marvel's always on my mind. Doc Savage series. Doc Savage, not Doctor Strange. Doc Savage series. This is something that they were going to do years ago. I remember with The Rock. The Rock was going to play Doc Savage. But, I think that project got away from him at some point. So it looks now like they're going to do it as a television series. Christoph Waltz and Guy Pearce are set to star in a new fantasy comedy film called The Portable Door. Jennifer Lawrence has officially joined Adam McKay's Don't Look Up, which will be coming to Netflix. William Dafoe, Tiffany Haddish, and Ty Sheridan have joined Oscar Isaac in director Paul Schrader's upcoming The Card Counter. Abby Jacobson is joining Lord & Miller's The Mitchells vs. the Machines. Anchorman's Will Ferrell and Paul Rudd are reuniting for The Shrink Next Door. I already love the sound of that. Mulan is Disney's first remake to receive a PG-13 rating. Ooh, we're getting risque. Are You Afraid of the Dark? Season 2 is officially a go over at Nickelodeon. We got an article up with more details revolving around Taika Waititi's The Auteur that's coming to Showtime, so you can check that out if you want to know more. Speaking of Altered Carbon Season 1, actress Dishan Lachman has been added to the cast of Jurassic World 3. She was in Season 1 of Altered Carbon. She was really, really good. She was in a season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well, too. She was played an Inhuman. She was awesome. So good addition there for Jurassic World. Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, Blu-ray and digital. It is hitting this month. That's right. Digital coming out, I believe, next week. And then Blu-ray at the end of the month. Wes Ball assures fans that he's going to continue Caesar's legacy in his new Planet of the Apes film. So we talked about this a couple months ago, that they're going to be doing a new Planet of the Apes movie, but we didn't know if it was going to be a reboot or a sequel or a requel, whatever the hell they were going to do. It sounds like the new director is going to continue from those movies, but just take place later down the road. So there will still be the Caesar legacy that we've all come to know and love, but it's going to be farther enough down the road that he can do his own thing with it. Nicolas Cage, remember, he's playing himself in the new movie The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, which I can't wait to see. And supposedly they're going to be recreating scenes from his movies in this movie, which is going to be crazy. Lucasfilm is set to release all Star Wars, the Skywalker saga films in 4K. So, man, they're going to make me buy this shit again, aren't they? Even though, by the way, if you didn't know, all the Star Wars movies are in 4K on Disney Plus. So you can check that out right now before they're even released. And then we have the Blu-ray trailer for The Rise of Skywalker that you can check out. James Wolk is set to star in NBC's Parallel Lives pilot called Ordinary Joe. So there you go. A man living 3 parallel lives is in the new pilot. So that sounds pretty interesting. I'll be down to check that out. Bethany Frankel is set to lead an apprentice-style competition series over on the new HBO Max streaming service that's going to be launching. Annalay Ashford is set to star in CBS's kidney donor comedy called Be Positive, which is going to be from executive producer Chuck Lorre. ABC's 30-something sequel series has just added Auden Thornton to the cast. Family Jewels is a new movie that will be reuniting the First Wives Club. That's right. Bette Midler, Goldie Hawn, and Diane Keaton are going to reunite on this new Christmas time comedy. Keegan Allen is joining Jared Padalecki's Walker, Texas Ranger reboot. Anthony Hopkins signs on for a biopic of Mike Tyson's trainer, Cus D'Amato. Lana Wachowski is reuniting with Brian J. Smith for The Matrix 4. Tom Holland teases production start date for Sony's Uncharted. That's right, he says they're going to start filming here in the next couple weeks. Looks like Ruben Fleischer is officially on board as the director. And just as of today, they've added Antonio Banderas to the cast. And I'm guessing he'll be the villain, but we'll see how that goes. We also know it's going to star Mark Wahlberg as well, along with Tom Holland. So that's going to be... It's about damn time, man. I'm ready for this Uncharted movie. Apple TV's Rerun. We have the first trailer for that, starring Christopher Lloyd. Eli Roth is set to direct the Borderlands movie adaptation for Lionsgate. Borderlands is a video game that I do not like, but my brother-in-laws play all the time. And they love it. And, I'm curious to see what they think about a movie being adapted of it. And Eli Roth is a unique name to be doing this property, but I'll be curious to see what he does with it. Ryan Murphy's new miniseries Hollywood gets its first poster, so we got that posted up on our Twitter. I'm excited about this news. The full cast of Reno 911 is set to return for season 7 over on the new streaming service Quibi. This gets me super excited. I wasn't sure everybody would come back, especially Wendy McLovin, Wendy, because she is on the Goldbergs, and I wasn't sure if she'd be able to do this, but it looks like they figured it out, and I am stoked. I love Reno 911, and I can't wait to see this on Quibi. We have the Little Fires Everywhere trailer, which is coming to Hulu very, very soon. The Alamo Drafthouse introduces their new season pass program in all locations. So there you go. If you go to the Alamo, check that out so you know some more details there. Liam Neeson is set to star in an English remake of the Dutch film The Memory of a Killer. William Brent Bell is set to direct the Orphan prequel called Esther. Paul Feig's 1970s comedy series Minx gets a pilot order over on HBO Max. Jason Blum says that the upcoming Halloween Kills movie feels like a complete movie, since we already know that they filmed 2 back-to-back. He said, don't worry, it doesn't feel like we didn't leave you off on some big cliffhanger. It feels like a complete film, so I like the sound of that. Scott Hayes has just joined Colin Trevorrow's Jurassic World 3 as well. Armando Iannucci is reuniting with Jan Zenu for a new wrestling comedy called Sumo. Chris Pratt is comparing Jurassic World 3 to Avengers Endgame. So big comparison there, Chris, but I like that you're pumping it up that big. We have the trailer for Run, which is a new Sarah Paulson horror. We have the trailer for Human Capital, which stars Liev Schreiber and Maya Hawke, so you can check that out as well. SNL's Pete Davidson is set to play Nathan Fillion's brother on an upcoming episode of The Rookie. So You Think You Can Dance has been renewed for season 17 over on Fox. 2 more original cast members are returning for the ABC revival of 30-something. The Blacklist renewed again for season 8 over on NBC, man. The Blacklist, season 8. I used to love The Blacklist, and then I fell out of it around season 4 or 5. I just couldn't keep up with all the episodes anymore, and this thing's still going. Drag Race All-Stars premieres June 5th and is moving officially to Showtime. USA Network's Briar Patch is moving to Mondays, and it'll come on after Raw, after WWE Raw. Let's see here. Kumail Nanjiani is set to lead a new political thriller called The Independent. Lucasfilm has hired Slight director J.D. Dillard to develop a new Star Wars movie, so I'm curious what that will turn out to be. Baz Luhrmann's Elvis biopic has landed Yola for Sister Rosetta Tharpe. 1917 coming out on Blu-ray here in a couple weeks. Jon Favreau and Seth Green are set to produce Quibi's stop-motion animated series Micro Mayhem. Denai Guerrera inks a new overall deal with ABC Studios. We have the first trailer for Hugh Jackman's HBO film called Bad Education. Song Kang-ho is set to lead Airborne, which will be an action ensemble emergency declaration. Okay. That's all I gotta say. Paramount Network is renewing Yellowstone for a 4th season. Gaslit, that's right, is just added Julia Roberts, Sean Penn, Armie Hammer, and Joel Edgerton to star in the Watergate series. Jack Cutmore Scott reports for Jury Duty. That's right, a new TV series called Jury Duty, which will be a hybrid half-hour comedy pilot from 9JKL co-creator has just signed on Jack Cutmore Scott for the lead role. Peninsula, which is the Train to Busan sequel, will go to Well Go USA has acquired the U.S. rights for Peninsula. What the fuck is Well Go USA? And how the hell did they get the rights for something as big as a Train to Busan sequel? That is just so crazy. We got an article up with Matt Reeve talking about the Batman's Year One connection, so you can check that out. It's pretty interesting. Game of Thrones' Christopher Hijivju has joined The Witcher Season 2. The first week that we were off from doing the show, Sonic the Hedgehog was the #1 movie again for the second week in a row. We have the teaser trailer for Netflix's Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy, which looks really, really good. The Friends reunion special is officially a go over on HBO Max, so that's going to be awesome. People losing their minds over that one. Ben Affleck talks about losing his passion for the Batman and praises Robert Pattinson. That's right. Ben Affleck been talking a lot lately about stepping down as Batman, talking about when he did Batman, he was very heavily into alcohol, and it was a bad time for him. And just the drama that happened with Zack Snyder and just everything going around the movies made him just bitter and not want to be Batman anymore. He thought about staying on, and then a friend of his said, hey, if you continue down this path, it's going to make you want to drink, and it's not good for you, and that's why he chose to walk away. So, as much as I love Ben Affleck, and as much as I love him as Batman, I want him to do what's best for him, so it sounds like he did. So, but I love you, Affleck. Affleck was the bomb as Batman, yo. Batfleck like a motherfucker. David Slade is set to helm a Halloween set horror movie called Dark Harvest. The Witcher has added some new cast members to the production of season 2. No real big names, but you can check that out. Remember, all this news is up on our Twitter and our Facebook, so if you want to dig in to anything we're talking about here, always check the social media. We have Westworld season 3 trailer that you can check out. It looks really awesome. Skeet Ulrich is departing Riverdale. That's right. He plays Jughead's dad. He's out of here. And that's not it. Marisol Nichols is also leaving the show. She plays Veronica's mom. She's out of here as well. So 2 big actors leaving Riverdale at the end of this season. The NAACP Image Awards 2020 winners. We got that article up to check out. Supernatural vet Mitch Pileggi has been cast as Jared Padalecki's dad in the Walker reboot. Schitt's Creek's Annie Murphy has landed the lead role in AMC's Kevin Can Fuck Himself that's coming out soon. The Oval's sex cult spinoff Ruthless from Tyler Perry gets a March premiere date on BET+. Priyanka Chopra is set to star as Ma Anand Sheila in the Amazon Studios drama Sheila. Bob Chapek replaces Bob Iger as the CEO of Walt Disney Company. So, man, new blood stepping in. Hopefully he's as cool with the Marvel stuff as Bob Iger was. Creed 3 is officially in development now as the King Richard writer is writing the new script. Jurassic World 3 has officially begun production, and the new film is officially titled now Dominion. That's right, Jurassic World Dominion is the official name for the new movie, which I like it. I like it a lot. Alfred Molina has joined the DC Universe's Harley Quinn animated show. He'll be playing Mr. Freeze. Universal has acquired the movie rights to the E.L. James new novel, The Mister. Crunchyroll unveils its first slate of original series, so check that out. The Candyman poster came out, and then a couple days later, the trailer dropped. So you can check that out. Executive produced by Jordan Peele himself. This is not really a reboot. It's kind of a sequel, but we're continuing on the legacy of Candyman. So check that out. Guillermo del Toro reveals that a summer release date will be happening for Netflix's Wizards. Anna Gasteyer is joining the NBC comedy called American Auto. Sean William Scott lands a lead role in the Paul Feig series This Country. Chris Evans is in talks to play Oren Chervello in the Little Shop of Horrors film that they're putting together. So that'll be interesting. Cyberpunk 2077 on Xbox One will get a free upgrade to the Xbox Series X version if you get it there. The Love, Simon series that was set to launch on Disney Plus has been officially moved to Hulu. That's right. They felt it was a little bit too mature for Disney Plus, so they moved it on over to Big Brother Hulu. Let me see. Oh, and the show will now be called Love, Victor, by the way. They changed the title on it. DC Universe's Harley Quinn animated series already has a season 2. Season 1 is just now wrapping, and season 2, give me a sec here, I need to pull it back up, but I believe it debuts like in the next month or two. It's the fastest turnaround for a DC thing I've ever seen. The upcoming second season, where the fuck is it? Second season will debut April 3rd. Look at that. I told you, that thing's hella quick, man. April 3rd for season 2. So I'm still trying to get through season 1. I've only watched the first episode of it, but there's a lot of people I know that watched it and absolutely loved it. So I just have to find the time. I'm in the middle of a million different shows right now, so it's just been really impossible to get to, but I will. Parasite, of course, the biggest movie of the year, right? It won Best Picture at the Oscars. It is going to stream exclusively on Hulu starting in April. So I love Hulu, man. They're really starting to gear up their game, and getting something like Parasite exclusively over Netflix and HBO Max and all this other stuff is pretty awesome. So congratulations there. Atypical has been renewed for a 4th and final season over on Netflix. Ed Helms and Randall Park are going to team up for a new NBC series called True Story, and I'm already down for it based on the casting there. Lee Winnell, who we talked about earlier, directed The Invisible Man. He says he wants to make Upgrade 2, but no plans exist yet. My fingers are crossed. I want to see an Upgrade 2. I think that'd be incredible. Star-studded Gunpowder Milkshake sounds like Kill Bill meets The Expendables. That's right. So an all-female action movie is being put together called Gunpowder Milkshake. And it's got people like Karen Gillan, Lena Headey, Michelle Yeoh, Angela Bassett. I mean, it is stacked. And I love the description of Kill Bill meets The Expendables. That is so cool. We got a first look at some on-set photos from Venom 2. So it's officially happening, guys. It really, really is. We finally have something concrete. Carol's Second Act is a new show that started this season, and Kelsey Grammer is actually already set to recur if it comes back for a second season. He'll be on the second season, so pretty interesting there. Newcomer Mackay Curtis is set to play the title role in the upcoming Power spinoff, Raising Kanan, who basically it's going to be the younger version of 50 Cent's character from Power, so that's pretty interesting there. Netflix has rolled out a new daily top 10 row that will show its most popular TV shows and movies. So I like it. I actually checked this out the other night, and it was pretty cool to see how everything was labeled 1 through 10. Doctor Who, a long way from being benched, despite a 40% audience decline. 40% audience decline, but hey, BBC says we're still going to do the show. So there you go. It's still trucking along. SNL's Molly Shannon is set to co-write and co-star in the new Vanessa Bayer comedy pilot called Big Deal over at Showtime. Let's see. Eric Bana is teaming with Robert Connolly to bring Mike the Bike Halewood's 1978 comeback story to the big screen. Pete Davidson says that he's ready to leave SNL, so we'll see if that ends up going through. Kevin Hart and Malcolm D. Lee are re-teaming for a new Universal comedy from the Broad City writers, Lucia Aniello and Paul Downs. So, hey man, I'm down for anything with Kevin Hart. Guardians of the Galaxy and Walking Dead veteran Michael Rooker has joined the cast of Showtime thriller The President is Missing. Josh Brolin is set to lead the new Amazon drama called Outer Range. We have all your free games coming to PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live Gold posted. No Time to Die is set to be the longest James Bond movie ever. That's right, it runs 2 hours and 43 minutes. God damn. Yeah. Henry Golding announced that Snake Eyes has officially wrapped production. I joked when I saw this news on Twitter because I feel like it was just yesterday that a black and white photo was posted of Henry Golding going up steps to some kind of temple and being like, and they were like, oh, day one of Snake Eyes is happening. And then our boy Friggins lost his mind and was like, what an incredible picture. And me and Peeps were like, what the fuck are you talking about? This picture's so lame. And then it feels like 2 days later, they were like, okay, the movie's done. I don't know how they filmed this movie this goddamn fast. I mean, I knew it'd be fast because the movie comes out at the end of the year, but this seems hella quick, man. I feel like they didn't even film for a month on this thing. So pretty interesting, but hey, I guess it's done, and we'll see Snake Eyes coming here pretty soon. Victoria Mahoney and Ava DuVernay are developing a new Amazon sci-fi series called Dawn. Billions Season 5 has officially added Rick Hoffman in a recurring role. Steven Spielberg has officially departed Indiana Jones 5. That's right, he cannot do it. He doesn't have the time for it. And he says he wants a new director to step in and put some fresh blood into the franchise. So this is pretty crazy, man. We always thought it would be the original team coming back together, but he has left. And supposedly James Mangold from Logan himself is officially in talks to take over and helm the movie. So James Mangold, I think, would do an amazing job. You know, he did the Wolverine, he did Logan, he just did Ford v Ferrari. So James Mangold, I think, would be a great director to take on the reins for Indiana Jones 5, which is supposed to start filming this summer. Rebecca Breeds is set to play Clarice Starling in the new CBS sequel series. Legacy's actress Olivia Liang is set to lead the CW's Kung Fu reboot. Macaulay Culkin has been added to the American Horror Story Season 10 cast. Oh my goodness, that is awesome. So congratulations there to Macaulay Culkin. I think the posting of this news had the most likes and comments on our Facebook page that we've had in a long time. So a lot of people liking Macaulay Culkin joining Season 10. What I love on top of it is that is not only Macaulay Culkin coming for Season 10, but Sarah Paulson's returning, Evan Peters is returning, Kathy Bates is returning, Leslie Grossman, Billy Lord, Adina Porter, Lily Rabe, Angelica Ross, and Finn Whitrock. I mean, most of your staples from the other seasons are all returning, and that's pretty awesome right there. So very, very glad to see. I still need to finish American Horror Story 1984. I never finished that season, only got about halfway through it. But hey, all FX shows are actually now streaming on Hulu, because once again, Hulu's stepping up their game, and they made that deal with FX, which did start this month, so you could check out all that stuff on Hulu. Charles Murray is set to write the Sammy Davis Jr. film for Paramount Pictures. Melissa Leo and Zazie Beetz are teaming up for a new film called Shelter. We have the first trailer for Rumble, which is a new animated film about monster wrestlers. Lizzie McGuire, yes, remember that revival was coming to Disney Plus as well. And then things are kind of at a standstill now. And once again, they're trying to do like what the Love Simon show did. And they're saying, hey, move us to Hulu if you think that we're too much for Disney Plus. So they're trying to get moved over. Hilary Duff is trying her hardest to get the show moved as well. So we'll see what happens there. Natalie Zia, who I love so much, she's so awesome, is set to star in a new apocalyptic drama called La Brie, which will be over on NBC. Pennyworth Season 2, James Purefoy is among several of the cast additions that they've added. It's official, First Wives Club is returning to BET Plus for a second season. Ryan Felipe has joined the cast of The Big Sky, which will be a new drama from David E. Kelly that was ordered straight to series over at ABC. Molly Hagan has joined the Jared Padalecki Walker reboot. Future Man Season 3 trailer posted. Future Man is another one of those shows that's on Hulu, and I love Season 1. Season 2 was hard for me to get through, and I thought the show was canceled. I thought it was over, but there's a there's a preview here for Season 3, so I had no idea the show was continuing. So very interesting there. The final season will begin streaming on April 3rd over on Hulu. Ben Affleck reveals that The Accountant sequel could be a TV series. That's right. He says they want to make the sequel. He's down. The director's down, but just timing's been really weird. He says, but they've been passing the idea around lately that it could be a television show. So who knows what they'll do there. I don't think if it's a television series that Ben Affleck will actually star in it. But, that's why I want the sequel. The Accountant is an awesome movie, and I would love to see a direct sequel done the right way. Disney Plus is reviving The Proud Family with the original voice cast. Cara Patterson and Lindsay Fonseca is joining the Disney Plus Turner and Hooch reboot. Brandon Cook, Lincoln Younes, and Ruby Cruz are set to star in the Lost Boys pilot. Tony Hale lands a leading role in Hulu's The Mysterious Benedict Society. Spartacus alum Ellen Holman has joined The Matrix 4. Rachel Brosnahan has joined Anthony Ramos in the film Distant. We have the poster for the crossover Avengers parody episode on The Simpsons, which looks really, really good. Law & Order SVU renewed for 3 more seasons at NBC. Boom, boom. That's right. Law & Order SVU renewed for 3 more seasons. One of the longest running shows ever. Also renewed for 3 more seasons apiece is Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, and Chicago Med. It's the Chicago trifecta, renewed at NBC for 3 more seasons. Sofia Vergara officially confirmed as a new judge for the next season of America's Got Talent, season 15. So that's awesome. Heidi Klum will also be returning to her seat. Catherine Winnick is set to lead David E. Kelley's The Big Sky over at ABC. A new batch of Patriot Act episodes will premiere beginning March 29th, with new installments dropping weekly into May. Liev Schreiber has joined Will Smith in King Richard. That's right, Warner Brothers' true life story of the father of tennis greats Venus and Serena Williams. Criminal Minds showrunner Erica Messer and Crazy Rich Asians director John M. Chu are teaming up on a new medical drama over at ABC. Shanola Hampton is set to star in the NBC comedy Night School. That's right, yes, it is based on the Kevin Hart Night School movie with Tiffany Haddish. This will be a TV version of that. So I'm guessing she might be playing the Tiffany Haddish role. I don't know, just taking a guess out there, but we'll see what happens. You can start streaming Black Panther on Disney Plus starting on March 4th, so you're only a couple days away there. Ben Schesner is the new TV star of FX's Y the Last Man adaptation. I'm excited about this news. One movie I've been wanting forever, based on toys from when I was a kid, was Mask. That's right, Mask. And Chris Bremner is writing the Mask film right now, and hopefully we will get this baby going. I have been waiting my whole life to see a Mask movie, and with today's budgets and today's special effects, I could just imagine what a Mask movie could bring me. I'm so excited for this. Giddy, giddy, giddy. Something I'm not excited for, and I didn't think I'd see the day. Hawaii Five-0 is officially ending after its current season. That's right. The current 10th season finishes in April, and that will be its final episode. They decided to not bring the show back for season 11, which really bums me out because the show does so well on Friday nights. You would think they'd keep it going after all this time, but they're saying goodbye. I love Hawaii Five-0. This is one of my go-to shows that I record on the DVR every Friday. And then on Mondays when I'm doing work, I put it on the TV and I enjoy it while I do some work. And it's going to be sad, man. It's not going to be the same without Dano and McGarrett. So I'm very, very sad about Hawaii Five-0 ending. Pixar's Onward is set to feature a Simpsons short ahead of the film starting. Killing Eve's Kim Bodilla has joined The Witcher Season 2. Netflix and Warner Brothers, I told you they're negotiating for a season 6, and the word is things are looking good. So that's all I got for you right now, but things are looking good. We got some posters from Mila Jovovich's new Monster Hunter movie that's coming out soon. My Lovely Wife. Amazon Studios has acquired Samantha Downing's bestseller, My Lovely Wife, to make a movie out of it. James Mangold and Robert Rodriguez are rumored to direct upcoming episodes of The Mandalorian for Season 2. Day of the Dead series has been given a 10-episode order over on Sci-Fi, so that's awesome. Kevin Feige will actually be voicing Chinos in the Simpsons Avengers spoof, which is awesome. James Gunn announces wrap on production for the Suicide Squad. We have an article up with the Milan producer talking about why the characters won't be breaking into song in the new movie. Basically, they just want to keep the movie grounded. So, long story short. We have the trailer for The High Note, starring Dakota Johnson and Tracy Ellis Ross. You can check that out. Mark Paul Gosselaar gives an update on how much Zach and Kelly will be in the Revival series. He says they're only that himself is only going to be popping up on 3 to 4 episodes, and that Kelly might be on 2 or 3 of them. So that's as it stands right now, and then we'll see where it goes once they start filming their stuff. Janina Gavankar is set to star in NBC's time-traveling procedural pilot called Echo. I love anything with time travel. Courtney Cox plots her TV return with the new Stars horror comedy pilot called Shining Veil. Sophia Bush has just landed the lead role in a new CBS medical drama pilot called Good Sam. This was a shocker bit of news for me. I'm a big fan of the TV show Superstore. I love Superstore. And America Ferrera is the lead actress on this show. She's also a producer. I mean, this is her baby. And then all of a sudden I looked the other day and it says America Ferrera is out. She's leaving Superstore at the end of this season. The show has already been renewed for another season. She's your main actress. What the F just happened here? She doesn't seem bitter. She put out a real nice statement saying how everybody's her family and she had a great time on the show over the past 5 years and she loves everybody and wishes them continued success. I'm like, what the hell, man? What happened? Why are you leaving a successful show like this? I don't know. I don't get it. It's going to be very weird. She's the boss on the show. She's the main character. How do we continue Superstore without her character? They can. There's a lot of other characters that is an ensemble show, but it's going to be very weird without her. So that is very sad to see. Let's see here. Judge Judy is set to end after 25 years. That's right. She's done. But then she's going to launch like another show right after called like Judging with Judy. So I don't know what the fuck she's doing. It's going to be on another network. But Judge Judy herself, the show, will end after 25 years. Better Call Saul previews Hank's return, promises it's not just a cameo. In sad news, James Lipton, host of the popular Bravo series Inside the Actors Studio, passed away today at the age of 93. So very sad to hear. Condolences out there. 93, man. Very, very well remembered. Mark Ruffalo is in preliminary discussions to come back and reprise his Bruce Banner Hulk role in the upcoming Disney Plus series for She-Hulk. No shocker here. I always knew they wanted Mark Ruffalo involved in that television show. The character of She-Hulk is his cousin, so you kind of need him to really set up the story. So why would he not be involved in, the whole season or maybe half the season? You definitely need him in it to help her when she gets her powers. So glad to hear. We're waiting for official confirmation, but I'm sure he'll do it, and it'll be pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to that. Ashley Zuckerman has landed the lead role in NBC's Langdon pilot. Remember we talked about that upcoming adaptation of the Da Vinci Code. Christopher Landon is returning to pen a new Paranormal Activity movie. Top Gun Maverick has been moved up 2 days on the movie release chart. So instead of, I think, what was it, July? It was either June 26th or July 26th, and now it's going to come out on the 24th. Lionsgate has acquired the film rights to Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Disney Plus's MCU series WandaVision has officially wrapped production. Simon Pegg says he's uncertain that Star Trek 4 will ever move forward, so that's a pretty big bummer. Emily Allen Lynn is set to star in the HBO Max's Gossip Girl reboot. The Call of the Wild movie with Harrison Ford and his CGI dog is set to lose the studio at least $50 million at the box office. It cost way too much money and nobody wants to see this stupid movie. So yeah, $50 million. We got the brand new trailer for Artemis Fowl. You can check that out right now. It is official that we already talked about Sofia Vergara, but yes, Heidi Klum, back as judges for season 15, is officially locked in. They announced it today, even though we already knew that it was coming. Hardball is set to end its run on MSNBC. Almost Family has been officially canceled over on Fox after just one season. Chuck Lorre's CBS kidney donor pilot Be Positive has added Sarah Rue and Keither Donahue to the cast. Kia Sedgwick is set to star in a new empty nester comedy pilot called My Village over at ABC. The Gossip Girl reboot has also added 5 more people to the cast, so check that out. It's a lot of young actresses and actors. Check out their names there. Suits alum Gina Torres is set to headline Brides of Dracula pilot for ABC. How to Get Away with Murder alum Kendrick Sampson has joined the 30-something sequel over at ABC. Claire Crawley is the Bachelorette for season 16. 911 Lone Star actress Natasha Karam has joined the cast of The Samaritan, which is the new superhero-based adventure drama starring Sylvester Stallone. This chick is so hot. She is on 911 Lone Star, but she always has a veil on her head, and you can never really see what she looks like. But the picture to this article of her joining The Samaritan, ooh, my boy, my God. So, big things popping. And lastly, MGM has picked up the North American rights to Dog, which is being co-directed by Channing Tatum and Reed Carolyn. That's right. It'll be a road comedy. So there you go there. And that, my friends, is the end of our 2 weeks worth of news. So look at that. We did it in 50 minutes. I told you we'd be about an hour. I think I made pretty good timing. So let's take a look at our box office and our release dates. So on Blu-ray and DVD tomorrow will be Queen and Slim and Dark Waters. In theaters this Friday will be The Way Back, which is the new Ben Affleck movie. Looks really good. And the new Disney Pixar film Onward. So I think I'll be seeing both of those this weekend, by the way. Here's your weekend box office. Coming in at number 10, it's Fantasy Island with 2.3 mil. Number 9 is Brahms, The Boy 2 with 2.6. Number 8 is 1917 with 2.7. Number 7 is The Impractical Jokers, The Movie, 3.5 million. Number 6 is Birds of Prey with 4.1. Number 5 is Bad Boys for Life with 4.3. Number 4 is My Hero Academia, Heroes Rising with 6.3. Number 3 is The Call of the Wild with 13.2. Number 2 is Sonic the Hedgehog with 16 mil. And coming in at number 1, we talked about it earlier, I'm the Invisible Man. Boop. I'm the Invisible Man. Incredible how you can see right through me. The Invisible Man, number 1, $29 million on that $7 million budget. Plus, it made another $20 mil internationally. So how awesome is that? Congratulations there. And on that note, my friends, that will do it for us right here on Am I on the Air. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening. Hey, let's do a little bit of plugs and a little bit of shout-outs, and we'll get on out of here. Our official webpage is amiontheair.com, so make sure you bookmark that. We are on Facebook, so go ahead and please give our page a like. It's facebook.com/amiontheair. Follow us on Twitter at amiontheair. You could go to twitter.com/amiontheair. You can follow me on Twitter directly at DXDonMega. I am available to follow on Stardust, so make sure you follow me on Stardust. I'll follow you back. You can follow me simply as Don Mega, DONMEGA. Stardust is an awesome app, man. 30-second mini reviews, television, movies, trailers. Check it out. You're going to love it. We are available on Apple Podcasts, so download, rate, and subscribe. Please leave us a 5-star review if you can. I would love it. If Apple Podcast ain't your thing, don't you worry. We got you covered at Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, Spreaker, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play Podcast. We're all over all the other platforms and forums anyway, so check us out anywhere you get your podcast. We're on Instagram, we're on YouTube. Just go ahead and search Am I on the Air? And a big shout out to our great affiliates at reddragonsradio.com. That's reddragonsradio.com with an S. reddragonsradio.com. Follow on Twitter at reddragonsradio. It's a podcast website. It's got us and a bunch of other great shows, so make sure you follow along there. And on that note, my friends, like I said, on this Monday, March the 2nd, I'm going to go relax, put my feet up, and get ready for another big week at work, getting back into that grind after coming in from vacation. So my work is cut out for me right now. So take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, y'all. Peace.
Bye, everybody. Red Dragons! Red Dragons!